What up, guys? It's Zaick Wulf from Ghostwulf Underground, and I'm here with...
What are the odds?
So, I just want to say, you know, this was an amazing performance that I've seen from you guys tonight. I was not expecting it. Honestly, I thought Omen, Skye, and From a Nightmare were the only two heavy bands on a bill. I'm guilty. I didn't even check you guys out beforehand.
Yeah.
But I was really happy with it. And, you know, seeing you guys on stage was very reminiscent of two of my favorite female-fronted bands, Nikki FM and Renovare, and Mindy Jackson and Dying Oath. And they are good friends of mine, and I love them. They are fantastic people. But it really, I enjoyed it. It was a very good set. So let me ask you guys, what inspired you guys to go on a weekender and come all the way out to PA?
Well, I'll let you answer that one, actually, if you want to. This is more your wheelhouse, yeah.
So something that we have kind of witnessed in the scene is that there's a little bit of some issues popping up here and there with domestic violence and all of that. So we decided that we wanted to take a hard stance against it, and all of the bands were really supportive of it. And we wanted to make music and friends and funds to support domestic violence survivors. It's something that impacts way more people than you would ever think. You probably know somebody who has been touched by it. And it's something we need to spread awareness for.
I absolutely agree with that. As a it's weird, as a male, I've also been through similar things.
Exactly.
It could happen to anybody. It's not just like a male-female thing. It could happen to anybody. That's actually, honestly, a great cause. And, you know, change in, like, doing things for the better is a great thing. And then doing benefits and speaking out for a cause that you believe in. You know, I am an addict in recovery. So like my heart changed too when I came through and I realized who I am. So I just want to ask you guys, you know, I know people who haven't been like the best people who are trying to do better. What's your opinion on that? Like, that people can change and people can try to do better?
People absolutely can change. I think that, if people want to, they absolutely can. I think that, you know, as long as you have a strong support system, and you reach out to people who care about you, and, you know, you can find a way to make that change in your life, you know? This
is something that I actually feel very passionate about as well. I got my undergrad in psychology, and something that we looked at is that people definitely can make steps towards change. We see it all the time in recovering addicts. We see it all the time in people who self-actualize and realize that they don't want to be what they put out in this world. And I think it's incredibly brave to be able to stand up and to own your mistakes and to put a step forward and try and become something that you can be proud of. It's commendable, and it's something I think I always would love to support and encourage.
That's a beautiful answer.
Could I speak a little on that too? I think it's really important. I think we would be remiss to not acknowledge the fact that the human condition, the human journey is all about growth, and it's all about looking back on where you used to be, where you can continue growing, and giving yourself props to improvements in your own life. And I feel like it would be kind of counter to most causes if we were to just cut people off from compassion in any way. So realistically, there is some level of tolerance and acceptance when it comes to serving these communities, and realizing that sometimes there's a chain of abuse that causes these things in generational formats. So you really have to stay compassionate and empathetic, even in really dire situations. The best people in the long run often have been through some crazy shit. So
and just one thing to note really quick is the important thing in change is accepting that if you have hurt somebody, that it's their terms for forgiveness.
Absolutely.
And to you can't push or force anybody into forgiving you. And if you have to do things to make amends, for your actions, it's got to be in the right from the right place. You know, that's very key in the change. It's just not like you're sorry and you're all better, but it's commendable if you're willing to put in the work. You know what I'm saying?
So my experience with addiction is that forgiveness does not always come easy. It took me years to build my life back to where I can go out and I have my friends. I finally, like, after like several years, I think this will be going on my 3rd year, like, in and out of recovery. I slipped up over the summer and I'm back on track. So
that's all that matters. Get back on track.
It's a lifelong journey.
Absolutely.
I'm actually talking to, and it's weird, I'm talking to some of my friends from high school again. And that's just awesome. Weird. And it's not like I've necessarily wronged them, but it's funny when you sit back and you watch how the universe connects all the dots.
Absolutely.
And it's always just a beautiful thing. I really enjoyed you guys' answers to the questions too. That was some really good answers, some really good wisdom. Hopefully somebody watching this gets inspired by those words.
Hopefully, yeah.
So the last thing I'm going to ask you guys before we run back inside, I ask a lot of bands this question because I think it's a cool question. If you guys could play with 3 like local or underground tier bands in 2026, who would it be?
See, well, for me, as far as like local, you know, being from Delaware, Foreign Hands, those guys are awesome. They're definitely breaking out of the underground. They're not like just little guys anymore. They're like some hometown heroes, I'd say. But those guys for sure. And You're the Knife from Delaware. So those are my picks.
They were a little smaller, but Kaonashi, I enjoy them. They're very fun. What about you?
Trying to think of local.
Even underground.
Yeah.
I actually saw Attila.
I'm gonna say there's a band called Soulblind that I really liked. They're from Philly. They'd be really cool to tour with.
I've heard of them actually.
I don't know how underground it is, but I'm like probably the biggest CHON fan on planet Earth. So
they're not local.
They're not local or underground, but
I'm a weird one. My music taste is hard to satisfy sometimes, but CHON's my favorite. So if you're watching this, I love you guys. Hope to play with you one day if you ever exist again.
One day. Yeah.
All right, I guess I got one more for the quiet one on the end.
There you go.
So, what made you decide to want to join up with this band?
Well, the singer is my sister.
Older sister, may I say.
Work out, you know.
Fair enough.
So, sometimes things just work out, I guess.
Oh yeah.
He was forced.
I didn't have a choice in that.
Well, should we report that? I'm playing.
He's enjoying every moment.
Make a joke, guys.
I'd like to order help pizza.
An angel shot at the bar tonight. P.S. That is something that a lot of bars do. If you are in distress or there's anything going on, you can go up to the bartender and order an angel shot. A lot of experienced bartenders knows what that means, and they will try to do what they can for you.
Absolutely.
So I think I'm going to wrap it up with that and that helpful tip. This is Zaick Wulf from Ghostwulf Underground, and this is...
What are the odds?
All right.